Hi there, I'm Nelson Dafe for News Express Television Sports. The 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar is here with us. The much awaited, the much anticipated World Cup is already here, and the opening match of the competition saw host Qatar fall 0-2 to Ecuador. And so, yes, the showpiece event has started, and football fans all around the world are salivating, expecting more action, expecting to see great players struck their stuff. Players like Lionel Messi of Argentina, Neymar of Brazil, Cristiano Ronaldo of Portugal are all on parade in the World Cup, and many fans all over the world are so eager to see what these great stars will do, how these great stars will impress, and to see which one of them, of course, which ones will flop. But there are some players, some fantastic players, some good players, brilliant players that we will not be seeing in the World Cup for different reasons. Either their teams did not qualify, their countries did not qualify, or they have been bogged down by injury. So here I'm going to take a look at, I'm going to be presenting a list of 27 players, 27 brilliant players that the world will be missing in Qatar, in the World Cup in Qatar. And top on my list here is Karim Benzema. Karim Benzema, the Real Madrid striker and Ballon d'Or winner, is not going to be a part of the party for France in the World Cup after suffering an injury in training the day before the start of the tournament. So it was a big news, a huge shocker. Another French player, Paul Pogba, is not going to be going to the World Cup. Of course, he will not be featuring because he has injured his knee in preseason and underwent surgery in September to repair a damaged meniscus. The 29-year-old resumed training, but on October 31st, his agent said the midfielder will not return to action for Juventus or World Cup or World Champions France before the World Cup. N'Golo Kante of France, another big name that will be missing in the World Cup. N'Golo Kante, the Chelsea midfielder, suffered a setback in his rehabilitation from a hamstring injury that has restricted him to just two league appearances this season. He will be sidelined for 4 months after undergoing surgery. For the Netherlands, they will be missing Georginio Wijnaldum. The AS Roma midfielder fractured his leg in August, and that has ruled him out of the World Cup. Germany, yes, Germany will be missing Florian Wirtz, the Bayer Leverkusen player. Wirtz played 4 times for Germany in 2021, but has not made any appearances for club or country since injuring his knee in March. Mike Maignan, the French goalkeeper, is also out of the World Cup. He has made 4 appearances for France, but was left out of their World Cup squad because of a calf injury. Yes, Spain will be missing Real Sociedad forward Mikel Oyarzabal. Mikel Oyarzabal ruptured his anterior cruciate ligament during training in March and was unable to recover sufficiently to make Spain's World Cup squad. Timo Werner, yes, the RB Leipzig forward, 26 years old, sustained an ankle injury during their 4-0 Champions League victory over Shakhtar Donetsk at the start of November, and will be sidelined for the rest of 2022. Reece James, the 22-year-old right back, injured his knee in Chelsea's Champions League clash against AC Milan in October, and said he will not be a part of the England team for the World Cup. Diogo Jota, the Liverpool forward, will miss the tournament due to a calf injury sustained in their victory over Manchester City, but the Premier League club's manager Jurgen Klopp said that he will not require surgery. Pedro Neto, the 22-year-old Wolverhampton Wanderers winger, will undergo surgery on an ankle injury sustained against West Ham United in October, and the Portuguese player will, of course, not be a part of the World Cup party for Portugal. Boubacar Kamara of France, the Aston Villa midfielder, suffered a knee ligament injury in September that will keep him out until after the World Cup. And that's another France player who will not be featuring in the World Cup. Arthur Melo of Brazil, Liverpool's on loan fielder, picked up a muscle injury in the build-up to the Champions League clash with Rangers in October and will be missing from the World Cup. Scott Kennedy of Canada, the 25-year-old defender, sustained a freak shoulder injury at the end of October while playing for SSV Jan Regensburg in the German second division. Jesus Tecatito Corona of Mexico, the Sevilla winger, suffered a fracture on his left ankle while he was training with the La Liga club in August and underwent surgery. He will not be a part of the World Cup squad, of course. Giovanni Lo Celso of Argentina, the midfielder, picked up a hamstring injury while playing for Villarreal. Argentina coach Lionel Scaloni described him as being irreplaceable when naming his squad. Marcus Reus, the German, the Borussia Dortmund captain, sustained an ankle injury and failed to recover fully in time for the World Cup, and so he will be missing for Germany in the World Cup. Royce also missed the 2014 World Cup after getting injured on the eve of Germany's departure for Brazil, where they won the title. That's some bad luck there, some bad luck against Marco Reus. Ben Chilwell, the English left-back, pulled up with a hamstring injury during other time in Chelsea's Champions League win over Dynamo Zagreb, and said days later he had suffered significant damage that will rule him out of the World Cup. Presnel Kimpembe of France, the PSG centre-back, is ruled himself out because of a hamstring injury. Yuta Nakayama of Japan, the defender, will miss the World Cup after being ruled out for the rest of the season due to an Achilles injury. Amin Harit of Morocco and Olympique de Marseille forward Amin Harit of Morocco and the Olympique Marseille forward sustained knee injury during a Ligue 1 match against AS Monaco, and he has been ruled out of the World Cup. Of course, Sadio Mane, yes, that's one of the biggest names that will not be featuring in the World Cup. Sadio Mane was named in Senegal's squad for the World Cup despite suffering an injury playing for Bayern Munich, but has been ruled out of the tournament after officials confirmed he will need surgery on his knee. Christopher Nkunku, the RB Leipzig forward, was included in France's squad for the World Cup, but was ruled out of the tournament after picking up a left knee injury following a tackle from teammate Eduardo Camavinga in training. Jose Gaya, the Spanish and Valencia left-back, was withdrawn from Spain's squad for the World Cup in Qatar after suffering an ankle injury in training. Maxime Crepeau of Canada, the goalkeeper, was ruled out of the World Cup after breaking his leg while playing for Los Angeles FC in the MLS final earlier this month. Joaquin Correa of Argentina and Inter Milan is out of the World Cup. The attacker was withdrawn from Argentina's squad for the World Cup in Qatar after suffering an injury. Nicolas Gonzalez of Argentina, the Fiorentina forward, was withdrawn from Argentina's squad for the World Cup in Qatar due to a muscle injury. And so these are the players, fantastic players that the world will be missing when as the Qatar World Cup hots up. It's a shame that these guys are not going to be featuring, but we have got to enjoy the other fantastic players that are there in the World Cup, and hopefully it will be a successful tournament despite the disappointment of not seeing these big names participating in the World Cup. I'm Nelson Dafe.